Most people avoid negotiation. Not because they are bad at it. Because they have never been taught how to do it well. Negotiation feels uncomfortable because it feels like conflict. And most people would rather accept a worse outcome than experience the discomfort of asking for a better one. The result is that most people are paid less than they could be, charge less than they should, pay more than necessary, and leave value on the table in almost every significant transaction they make. AI changes this. Not by negotiating for you. By helping you prepare so thoroughly that the conversation itself feels natural rather than terrifying. Today I am showing you exactly how to use AI to negotiate better, in salary discussions, client rate conversations, supplier deals, and everyday situations where the outcome matters. Welcome to Tech Talk Tech. We upload every single day with fresh AI strategies. Subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss tomorrow's video. Why most people negotiate badly before the system, the problem. Most people walk into negotiations with three critical weaknesses. They have not defined what they actually want. They have not researched what is realistic to ask for. And they have not prepared for how the other person is likely to respond. The result is that they either ask for too little because they do not know what is reasonable, or they ask for what they want without understanding the other person's perspective and constraints, and when pushback arrives they have no idea how to respond without either caving immediately or creating unnecessary conflict. Preparation is the entire game in negotiation. The person who has prepared more wins more consistently than the person who is naturally more confident or more aggressive. AI compresses the preparation time dramatically while producing better preparation than most people would do manually given unlimited time. Step 1. Define your position with Claude before any negotiation. Open Claude and work through 4 questions. What is your ideal outcome? The result you would be genuinely delighted with. What is your acceptable outcome? The minimum result you would walk away from the conversation feeling satisfied with. What is your walk-away point, the line below which you would rather decline than accept? And what do you bring to this negotiation that makes your position reasonable rather than just desirable? Most people have vague answers to these questions. Claude helps you make them specific. A specific position is dramatically easier to hold under pressure than a vague one. When someone pushes back on a salary request and you know exactly what you want, exactly what you will accept, and exactly why your position is reasonable, the pushback feels manageable rather than destabilizing. Ask Claude to also help you identify what the other party most likely wants from this negotiation. Their ideal outcome. Their constraints. Their likely objections. The more accurately you understand what the other person needs, the more clearly you can frame your request in a way that addresses their interests while achieving yours. Step 2. Research your market position. The strongest negotiating position is grounded in evidence rather than preference. Research the market standard for whatever you are negotiating. Salary ranges for your role in your location. Standard rates for your service type. Typical pricing from comparable suppliers. Bring this research into Claude and ask it to help you build a fact-based case for your position. A request backed by data lands differently than one backed by desire. When you can say, based on current market rates for this role, the range is between this, and I am requesting this specific number for these specific reasons, you are making a professionally grounded request the other person can evaluate against evidence rather than simply accept or reject. Step 3. Prepare for objections. Every negotiation involves objections. The person who has prepared for them wins. Ask Claude to generate the 5 most likely objections to your specific request. Then ask it to help you prepare a clear and calm response to each one. For salary negotiations, the common objections are budget constraints, internal equity, and experience questions. For client rate increases, the objections are budget limits and value questions. For supplier negotiations, they are pricing justifications and volume requirements. For each objection, prepare a response that acknowledges the concern genuinely, provides relevant evidence, and redirects toward your position without creating adversarial tension. Rehearse these responses with Claude. Give it your negotiation context and ask it to play the role of the other party raising objections. Practice until your responses feel natural rather than scripted. Step 4. Practice the opening. The opening of any negotiation sets the tone for everything that follows. Ask Claude to help you write your opening statement. Not a long speech. 1 to 3 sentences that clearly state what you are asking for, briefly reference why it is reasonable, and invite dialogue rather than demanding agreement. A strong opening is specific, confident, and collaborative. It does not apologize for asking. It does not over-explain or justify excessively. And it ends with a question that invites the other person into the conversation rather than positioning him as the obstacle to your goal. Practice the opening out loud multiple times before the real conversation. Ask Claude to respond to your opening as the other person might and practice your reply. Physical rehearsal, actually saying the words rather than just thinking them, dramatically reduces the anxiety of the real conversation. After the negotiation, debrief with Claude after every significant negotiation, whether it went well or not. Spend 10 minutes debriefing with Claude. Share what you asked for, how the other person responded, how you replied, and what the outcome was. Ask Claude to identify what you did well and where your preparation or response could have been stronger. This debrief habit turns every negotiation into a learning experience that makes the next one better. Most people walk away from negotiations without ever analyzing what happened. The ones who debrief consistently become measurably better negotiators over time. Your action plan starting today: identify one negotiation you have been avoiding or delaying. A rate conversation with a client. A salary discussion you have been putting off. A supplier price you have accepted without questioning. Open Claude today and work through all 4 steps. Define your position, research your market, prepare for objections, and practice your opening. Then have the conversation. What negotiation have you been avoiding that I could help you prepare for right now? Drop it in the comments. I personally reply to every comment. If this gave you a clear system for negotiating better, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to Tech Talk Tech. We upload every single day. See you tomorrow.